Are we having fun? Whee! All right, good. I'm glad. Hey,
how's
Paul.
it going?
What do you say, Paul?
Not much.
You got your rainbow hat on, don't you?
Yeah, what's up,
Oh,
yo?
you're a wild man. Can we have him removed, please? What's your question, Paul?
Okay. Well, I'll start off with a bit of a statement, like just how it's always. I thought it was always super cool how Bumblebee was always, well, Spike and Bumblebee always were inseparable, always together. And I grew up. It was amazing. Growing up, I always wanted to be Spike, and I'm sure most kids wanted to be, wish they were Spike. And I think it's mostly because Spike was always with Bumblebee, because everybody wanted to be the guy who was best friends with Bumblebee. So I think that just kicks ass right there. That right there, I think, is one of the things that shows the strength that you gave the character.
I love you, Paul. You know that.
Love you too. Hug. No.
Falling in love.
Oh. And yes. And building from that, one of the coolest points of the Spike Bumblebee relationship, I think, in the movie, or maybe just one of the most interesting points, was when Spike and Bumblebee were together in the movie, about to be eaten by Unicron, and Spike says, "Oh shit!" And right when that happened, that's like I'm like what? Like double take, and I almost expected Bumblebee to go like Spike, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you should have.
So
watch your mouth, boy.
Exactly. So when that happened, were you guys in the studio at the same time doing that, and how did that work?
No, and that's another thing about the movie. That's an interesting question. First of all, you're absolutely right. In people have asked me why do you think Bumblebee is such a popular character? Because there were so many characters. And first of all, obviously, beside the fact that it was performed with complete perfection. Aside from that, it's because he was Spike's best friend, and Spike really sort of represented you guys. You know, Spike was you. He was the link to the audience. So, and he was linked to Bumblebee. So I think that's part of the reason that Bumblebee is popular. Also because he was the little guy, and as kids, we're all little. We live in a world of legs. And we all feel like we want to achieve or we want to be. And so I think that's another thing. Plus he was bright yellow. You know, I mean, that's pretty cool. And so there were a lot of reasons. I'm circling into your question. I know I am. And just refresh me as to what it was, because I'm getting older by the minute now.
The whole shit issue.
Oh, the whole shit issue, yeah. Or merit, as we say here. You know, why did they have to do that?
No, I thought it was great.
No, it wasn't. Just because it was a movie. Hey, we're not on TV anymore. Shit. Hey, Optimus, what the fuck? Is anybody from Hasbro here? Because I'm in deep merit. The movie, as opposed to the series, all the parts in the movie, and I did check this with Wally too, because I was in the studio by myself, as was almost everyone else. It was not an ensemble cast. Now they used a lot of named celebrity actors in that, and I assume that's part of the reason because of scheduling. But it wasn't nearly as fun. I mean, we did, you did each line, similar to what I did on my first episode of Spider-Man, and it just didn't have the same camaraderie. I remember being in a big studio. It was a different studio than Wally Burr's we usually used. It didn't feel quite right, and I was only in the recording studio for probably 45 minutes, and I was done. So that's, the whole married issue is, I think we gotta let that go. We gotta let it go. We gotta let it go.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, I know what you're applauding, because I dropped the F-bomb, didn't I? Huh? That's what you like. All right.